Hi, and welcome to Cloudberry Hollow, the Christmas edition. Bella the Christmas Helper. It's a 12 days of Christmas, and it's post-Christmas. Here we have Max the Christmas cat, and now we're going to make Bella the Christmas Helper. We are going to be starting off with a simple palette of beige, cinnamon, burnt umber, some cinnamon, and a little bit of tan, beige, cinnamon, burnt umber, white, again, some cinnamon, raw sienna, burnt umber, and again, some other beige for the face. And let's get started. Whoops, there we go. Okay, I've rolled and combined everything together, and I am starting off with some foil for the head. I am going to wrap the foil in the clay that I rolled out, and we're going to wrap it up ever so carefully around the foil, like so. Once we have everything wrapped up and all the seams are taken care of, we're going to find out what side we want for the front of the face, and I decided I like this side. I've now pressed 2 indentions with my fingers where I want the eyes. I've combined the burnt sienna, raw umber, and beige for the highlights to create the nose. Here we have it in a ball, and we're going to cut a little piece off and make a little nose. Here we go. Or create a couple little wrinkles going down the nose with our little clay tool. And I've made a little snakes of clays you see right here. And I'm going to divide them in half so I have 2 even sides going down the nose. And we'll make 2 layers of this and blend them together. We're blending with my little spoon tool here. Now I am creating the mouth and her jowls. Creating some indentions for her chin with our clay tools, and we're going to extend her jowls a little bit down with a little piece of clay and blend that in to make them even on both sides, again with our spoon tool. Once we are complete with that, we are going to get our medium ball stylus, and we are going to press some indentions in for the eyes. We want the eye sockets to be large enough so we can drop our little balls of clay in there. There they go. I'm going to push them in there, and what you see me doing here is I'm making sure they're not sticking out too far. I want them in far enough, but I don't want them sticking out, but I also don't want them flush against the head. I'm also now making the pupils, or the irises. The irises are made out of the tan and a little bit of the raw sienna, and you want to mix those well to get this really pretty color. Now I've rolled a little bit of the highlighted color, the same color as the nuzzle, and I folded the two pieces together to make the little eyebrows. I'm going to do the same for the other side. And again, as you see, I rolled it and then I folded it in half to make the little eyebrows, and it looks like the eyebrows are folded. Didn't like that position. I just lifted it up and repositioned it down. And I decided I wanted texture on here, so I took my texturing tool and I gave it a little bit of texture. We are now getting our clay ready for our tongue. And here you see me getting the clay and making it into a little bit of a teardrop shape. I'm going to form it around my finger. So you see that? Almost like a flower petal. We're gonna get our dental tool and make a center line all the way to the outside of my fingertip. I'm going to drag it out a little bit, just like that, and put it inside the mouth. Ooh, didn't fit. We're going to thin it out, the tip a little bit. And push it in there. There we go. Woof! Now that is a long tongue. You want to go ahead and try to secure the tongue in there. I put it with my dental tool. And here we now have the ears. I rolled out some of the highlighted clay again, the darker pieces, and I measured them out into a diamond. And as you can see here, I have some more of the pink clay. I took the tongue color and some white, mixed them in together, and I put that in the middle of my ears. And again, I put a center line in the middle of it, and I'm gonna smash it in there. And I'm going to position the ear. Like that, and it looks good. We'll do the same on the other. Now here I've made one ear larger than the other ear, and I've done this intentionally so I can show you how to pinch the ears off. Again, we're going to put it down the middle. I'm going to position that ear as well. There we go. And we're going to pinch that off. And just redo the diamond shape on the ear, and all is well. Ta-da! There we go. And here you can also see that I forgot to put the black irises on the eyes. I redid the eyes by adding the black irises on there. For a full tutorial on the eyes, you can check out my Max the Cat video. Here we go. How cute is that? Here we have a little piece of darker clay to do the nose. I am doing it with 2 dental tools so I can get a little poofy nose out of that. And I'm doing a nice little triangle. I'm going to poke 2 little nostrils in there with my Explorer tool. Just like so. I'm going to pick it up. I'm going to put a little bit of pressure at the end of the nose. Just like that. There we go. And there we have Bella's head. Woof. Getting that to stick right there. All right. She's looking pretty happy. Let's get going to her body. Here we have the main body, and I'm going to cut the clay in half. And we're going to divide this into the body and the legs and the arms. Back legs and front legs. And then we're going to get the darker clay to go for the paws. And that's what we need. So now we're mixing up the body and we're going to see how it looks with the head. We have a little pudgy body for our dog. We just made a simple log. Now we are claying the back legs and we're doing 2 thicker snakes of clay here. And we're going to mold it to the body. And we're going to blend it into the thicker log of clay that we did. Here we're going to bend the leg like the dog was sitting in a sitting position. And we're going to do it for both legs. So I'm going to show you how to do it here for the one leg, and then we'll repeat for the second. Just blend it into the back. With the darker blends of clay, we're going to make the paws. We're going to push those down. And this one, we are going to make the little indentions for the little toes. And we're going to stick the paws at the end of the legs. Make sure they don't fly across the table like I did right there. If the end of the legs aren't even, just do what I did right there and cut them so they're even and just stick it to the ends. They should stick just fine. If you find that your clay is not sticking, you can add some Bacon Bond. Now I have a lighter blend of clay. I am going to add tiny little dots, smash them down. And here I'm showing you that I am going to stick it to be the pads of the feet and the toes. Sometimes that can be a little tricky. It could stick to your fingers or any tool that you're using. Just be patient. And repeat this process for both paws. Ta-da! Okay. I'm going to check how that looks like. It's looking good. Now we're going to get ready for the arms. Again, repeat the process like we did for the legs. Just doing the same for the arms. I'm going to have the arms roll across the front about where the shoulders would hit. We're going to have them go to the very back of her back, and then we're going to blend the back pieces together. So we just don't want them sticking out like that. And now we are going to attach the head to the body. And you want 20 gauge wire. You want the 20 gauge wire to at least meet to the middle of the body to the middle of the head. It's a practice that I have, and it's to ensure that the head sticks into the body and it doesn't fall off during the baking time or pop off at all. What I'm doing is sticking the wire inside the head first to pop open a hole. Because remember that the middle of the head is actually aluminum foil, it's not pure clay. And the reason why I'm doing that is because I'm going to put a hook at the end of the wire. And this could be done beforehand or afterwards, but I didn't do this ahead of time, so we're doing it in the middle of the process. Here I have my needle nose. I put the hook at the end, and I'm going to dip my hook into some Bacon Bond. This helps the wire stick into the clay so it doesn't slip out after baking. And we'll pop that into the head first, and then we will take the end of it and dip it into the Bacon Bond, and we'll slip it into the body. And just push it all the way down, and then you should see that it's secure. And you can position your head the way you want it, and you can see that everything's good. Okay. Now that she's done, basically, I decided that let's put a Christmas tree on her. And since she's after Christmas and she's Santa's Christmas helper, let's put a Christmas tree that's no longer decorated on her, and she's going to help clean up for Christmas. So let's put that on her and see how that works. So that works pretty well. And I'm going to get a little bit more of burnt umber, and we're going to make that the base of the tree. We're going to take scissors, and we're going to the tree all the way around. And this gives the illusion of all the pine needles all the way around the tree. This is just a shortcut. And I've actually learned this from cake decorators. They do this with fondant. It's a neat little trick that they have. If you notice, I massaged her arms a little bit to make her arms longer. So now I took a piece of red and I rolled it out, and I am making a hat just the same way as I made Max the cat's hat. And we're going to put it in between Bella's ears. And I'm rolling it out between my fingers. We're going to place it in between the ears. I'm going to bend it down. Like that. I think that'll be good. I'm going to take some white clay. I'm going to smash the clay in between my fingers so I can get a fluffy type of hat band going. And here I have with my large ball stylus, putting in indentions. And we're going to cut some strips into that. And we'll wrap that all the way around her little hat here. And it looks like I needed a little bit more. And we'll just pinch that off. Beautimous! Then we need to make the little fluff ball at the end of her hat. Here I have that ball. We're going to roll it up. And we're going to take the large ball stylus again, so we stay with the same type of indentions. And we are smashing those little indentions on the little ball. And sticking it onto the end of the hat. Just like so. Yep. There we go. And I'm going to smash it on to the hat a little bit. Like that. All right. Now I am putting on a little white scarf because it's cold outside. At least in some parts of the country. Not so much where I live. And we're going to make it a multi-level scarf. Meaning that it wraps around her little neck a couple times. So put some right there, some hanging off the back, and some hanging off the front. I use my large ball stylus to take care of some of the seams. My medium ball stylus. And then the tree. Put Get it in between her arms. Like she's hugging the tree. Getting ready to clean up. But still have that Christmas cheer. And we made her paws just like we did her back paws. And we're going to stick it at the end of her front legs. We want to position her arms or her front legs the way that we want them to look. And get rid of some of those fingernail marks. There she is. Ta-da! Beautiful Bella the Christmas Helper. We're going to bake her in the oven at 275 for 20 minutes. And there she is, Bella the Christmas Helper with Max the Cat. Thank you for watching Cloudberry Hollow, and we hope you come visit us again. Hit that subscribe button and the like button, and we'll see you next time.